Alright guys, so this is the sell to the brain and not the person module. This is good because we're going to take a look inside the buyer's mind. Every time you pick up the phone and you call somebody new, you're calling a stranger. But what they all have in common is the human brain and the way that it thinks. So in this module, we're going to understand better how we can use it to our advantage, understanding the neuroscience of trust. That's the brain's safety lock. So welcome to this module of the neuroscience of trust. Today I'm just going to show you how trust really works inside the brain using super simple analogies you can use in your sales calls immediately. Because here's the truth, if a person's brain doesn't feel safe with you, it physically cannot make a buying decision, even if they love your offer. And the section 1 is all about the brain has a safety lock. You have to think of the human brain like a house with a front door. Before someone lets you inside, they don't care how good your product is. They're just thinking, is this person safe or not? And this is controlled by a small part of the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is like a security guard. If the guard feels even a little threatened, the door stays locked. In sales, this shows up as short answers, hesitation, distractions, I'll think about it, or the client suddenly going cold, even if the client says, I'm in a meeting right now. Not because they don't want your offer, but because their safety lock hasn't really opened yet. And then you have to understand, how do we unlock the safety lock? Well, unlocking trust works like warming up cold butter. If you try to spread cold butter on bread, it tears the bread apart. But if you warm it up first, it spreads smoothly. And clients are kind of like the same way. Trying to pitch too early is like spreading cold butter. It creates friction. So before selling, you need to warm the brain. Here are 3 things that will really warm the brain fast. It's a calm tone, it's a clear intention, and it's relatable connection. Because with a calm tone, you can show safety. With clear intentions, you remove uncertainty. And with relatable connection, you make them feel familiar. And when a brain feels familiar with someone, it relaxes, it lets you in. And then you have the 2-minute trust formula. And if you haven't heard about this, then I would recommend you to grab a pen and paper, as I once said, to really take a note. So you have to really say something like, my goal today is just to see if what you want and what we offer can match. If they do, great. If not, no worries. This instantly quiets the security guard. If they talk fast, match it. If they're calm, match it. We trust people who feel like us. It's brain chemistry. At the same time, you need to ask them a grounding question. Before we jump into the details, what made you decide to take this call today? This shifts their brain from defensive mode to expressive mode. In defensive mode, there's no buying happening. In expressive mode, the brain relaxes and opens up. And why does this work? When someone feels safe, their brain releases oxytocin, which is the trust hormone. Oxytocin tells the nervous system, you can relax, this person is truly good. And once that happens, the logical part of the brain finally wakes up and says, okay, let's listen to the offer. No trust is no logic. No logic is no decision. So trust is the key that starts the whole machine. And what would this look like in a sales call? Well, if the client says, I'm not sure if this is right for me, the old response would be, no, it really is right for you because, and then you continue. But the new neuro response would be, I totally get that. Most people don't know if this is a fit in the beginning. That's why we're having this call. My job is simply to help you see whether, if it makes sense for you or not. This tells their brain to relax, there's no pressure, it's safe, you're on their side. That trust instantly increases. Now, one of the homeworks that I want you to do with this is, on your next 3 sales calls, you need to practice this. Start the call by stating your intent, match their tone and pace for the first minute, ask one grounding question before talking about your offer, and this alone will boost your conversions because you're opening the brain's door before walking in.